Motion sensors were attached to Steve's face to relay any movement back to a computer. 4 years ago, motion capture was a relatively new system. It would have proved too time-consuming and expensive to use this method.
Scampering towards him, and the dogs and rabbits and cats and birds, all emerging from the thick, deep green fog. Freezing place of
and it was a bit dodgy, really. It wasn't really happening. So, and we also spoke to a couple of the CG houses.
Then he saw the rats scampering towards him, and the dogs and rabbits and cats and birds all emerging from the thick, damp green fog. Quite frankly, the animals don't seem to have much to say. Exactly. They don't.
It was just going to be prohibitively restrictive. We think we could have just about done something with it. The problem with it is the animals are furred, and that is a problem. Was definitely a big problem a few years ago. The other problem is that not all the scripts have been written, so we weren't necessarily sure of where all the sets were going to be located and where all the animals were going to be.
Snarling, biting, leaping, tearing until he fell to the ground beneath the screeching mass of fur and blood. What have you noticed about that passage?
They were drawing up these big sort of quotes for us based on a limited number of rooms and a limited number of environments. So it was all looking very apparent that it was going to cost an awful lot, and it was going to be a very restrictive way of working.
They can't speak. No, don't say that. Don't worry, monkey. It's a work of fiction. James Herbert is merely a storyteller, albeit the finest of his generation. Or Dick Francis, be fair.
Then I just came back one day and just thought, what would I really want to do? What look would I like to do if somebody else wasn't telling me that the animals needed to look naturalistic and what have you. So I've always been into collage in the broadest sense, and we've used lots of collage in our work in the past. We worked up some ideas using collage, and we showed them to the people at the BBC one day. They absolutely loved them.
The BBC just wasn't doing animation. Do Robbie the Reindeer once every 4 years. We did Stressed Eric, but there had been no animation, no British animation, so it was a really important show to do, to say we can do animation.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Philip Masterson Bowie. Please excuse my bizarre appearance. I am a penniless circus freak, hence my horse-eyed features and my rabbit fur hat.
Hello, Helpness. No, Margaret, I've told you not to call me here.
And this is Claire Franchetti, the infamous dog-bodied rat woman of Old Malay.
One of the things right from the offset was that there'd be comedy derived from the animals being very animally and being wanting to be human but being stuck in animal bodies.
So hence the sort of pictures of Philip the horse with the trousers that go halfway along his body. Though I do remember somebody saying it looks a bit weird, that, and I was going, yes, that's exactly it. It's meant to look strange. The physicality that we wanted to, because it's just funnier if you've got a horse dressed like a man. It's then really nice if the horse walks like a horse, but in a pair of chinos and a green V-neck jumper.